What's up, everybody? My name's Danny Ferrari.
My name's Parker Ament.
We are Excellent Sound, and we are here with Louis the Child. Thank you guys so much for being here. We're about to go over some production stuff. We just had a sick podcast. We're super excited. Have you guys ever opened up any project files on YouTube before? Have you ever shown anything?
Not really. Maybe.
We have.
Okay.
Yeah? Oh, no,
Yeah.
you did do the one video where you guys were doing the sampling, but anything else beyond that, like showing an actual song that you've done or no?
On like TikTok and stuff, yeah.
That's so cool, because I don't know about you guys as producers, but like I always love getting an idea of how somebody else works differently. And obviously for you guys, for the producers at home, this is a big treat for us. So thank you so much for doing that and being willing to. You guys are going to show us a track with Madeon that's on the new album, right?
Yes.
So we're super excited. So what do we got here, bro?
It is called Believe It. I actually thought it'd be interesting to start by showing you the song actually originated from, do you guys know what Splice Stacks are?
Yes.
For those of you who don't know what a Splice Stack is, you can basically like create like a little idea out like on Splice where you can kind of just like have it give you a bunch of different sounds that fit in the same key or tempo range, and you can kind of just keep selecting like, I want a new bass line, another new bass line, or I want new chords, or like.
So
Do you do it on your phone too?
I like to do it on my phone. You can do it on the computer too.
Oh, cool.
But this song actually started as a Splice Stack that Freddie started.
That's so dope.
A while ago, and I found the stack earlier today. So it like started as this.
So it's just a bunch of loops Splice is generating, and you're using that to get inspired.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's actually really good at chord progressions. Like it picks up the chord progressions of like keys and bass lines and
Wow.
really matches them well.
So it'll transpose it for you.
It'll transpose.
And
yeah.
then you download the samples and pull them into your DAW.
Yeah.
What a fucking great idea.
Yeah, I've only used it on the app like a couple of
I haven't tried
times,
this
but
yet.
I mean, you guys are hard selling this, so I gotta jump back on
It's
there,
fun.
man. It's so cool.
Mean, if you want to just like, especially if you're like on the move and want to just make a little something, even just make like put together a couple drum loops that sound good that you can then add something to later.
Yeah.
So yeah, it literally started as that, and then Fred put it all together and like built out kind of like a whole song out of it. And then we brought it to Hugo and wrote the lyrics.
Nice.
Dude, that's so cool, man.
I mean, I don't know. You guys lead the way on
Let's
what
hear it.
you want to know about it.
Yeah. Play it from maybe the.
Let's get into let's get from the hook to the drop maybe, or maybe.
Yeah.
Sure.
There it is, baby.
Does that feel good?
Yeah.
Nice, bro.
That's so sick, man.
Got a little Daft Punk vibe in there.
That's
too.
It
what I
kind of
was gonna
does.
say,
Yeah.
I like it.
Totally.
I want to say the progression is like probably the same as like Music Sounds Better with You.
Is
Or
it?
it's damn similar.
It's
Damn
really
close.
dope.
Yeah, it's really, really cool.
I'm really curious, just in general, just like some of the layers that you guys have going on with the synths, and then like the sidechain is a very specific type of sidechain with everything's kind of pumping really hard. What are you guys using for that? And let's like open up the synths and check all that stuff out.
Yeah. I mean, Kickstart is doing pretty much all the sidechain. Synth-wise, what is this?
Do you send all your stuff to one sidechain track, or do you guys put it on the same preset on every single track when it comes to Kickstart?
Usually the same preset on a bunch of different tracks.
Okay.
Cool.
Or sidechain like a whole group.
Got it.
This is like the. I think that's from the Splice
Nice.
thing. There's that. That's kind of like. I mean, I don't know if there's many other. That's like doing the meat. It sounds cool without it too.
It does, yeah.
Like, there's this bass. I know we tried a bunch of different basses to get it just right, but this is like a just like an organ bass.
Nice.
And then when the kind of like, part with the what's it called? With the steel drum comes in, we add in this sub.
Yeah, you guys have used the steel drum a couple times. I like that.
We have, yeah.
It's given like some UK vibes too, man.
Yeah.
That was like a really classic UK sound, man.
Totally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the steel drum is just, it's a lot of this stuff is bounced down to audio because we bounced out the stems and gave them to Hugo so he could mess with it in FL.
Sure.
Can you guys reveal what the Louis the Child steel drum is?
It's the like steel drum.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
I thought you were going to say Omnisphere.
Really?
No.
Yeah,
Nexus has some
that's what
good
it-
steel drums too. I've
Yeah.
used a couple.
The
Caribbean
factory
bells and shit.
library.
Nice.
So sick, man.
There it is.
That's
you heard it here
awesome.
first.
Signature.
What's up, guys? Want to take a quick break from the video to tell you about our newest drops-only serum pack, Wook Bass. If you are looking to make release-ready dubstep and Wook Bass like Subtronics, Tape B, Boogie T, this pack is for you. Stop scrolling through endless preset libraries that are just sub-tier and start using the best Wook serum presets in the industry. Also, P.S., there's absolutely no chords or plucks, just drop-ready basses for your next production. Now let's get back into the video.
Could you show some of the chops, some of the vocal
Yeah.
chops? Is it still
Yeah.
MIDI?
No. A lot of that stuff is like just that splice thing.
Oh, that's so cool.
The piano's in there too, or is that a bounce of the stem?
Piano's in there too.
Wow, interesting.
So you guys write like samplers. You
Yeah.
know, you guys
Yeah,
have
they
that in
do.
your blood.
Yeah.
I love that. We need more of that, I feel like,
yeah,
you
I
know?
feel like we got to get into sampling more shit too. I want to just try. I have so many cool samples that are already ripped from like LPs and shit, and I'm just like, I always forget to use them. You know?
Yeah.
It's fun, man.
You gotta like move it into. You gotta like when you want to do like a new production like style, like you have to like work hard to get it into your your normal workflow. You know, I always
Yeah.
find like that's challenging.
Something that I think like I'm very proud of with this is a lot of like the vocal production stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna
and
say
a lot of like the different layers that we did, like
that one
weird.
part where there was a bunch of harmonies and
Yeah.
layers on top. I think it was right before the drop. Right?
like
Or-
this.
yeah, so good.
Like we got this is Freddie probably just yelling in the room. This is Madeon's like main one. Then we have he had this like harmonizer, and we just found a cool preset on it, and
Oh, that's cool.
Oh, that's dope.
then
Is that another
that's a bunch.
harmonizer
Yeah,
plugin?
or no, I think that was all just a bunch of layers that Hugo recorded.
So real quick for the people that didn't see the other episode. So did he do that same Madeon technique where he was just singing in the room and then he kind of stretched his vocals to this
Yeah.
song?
Yeah,
So
and
cool.
Even like some of the like Freddie's verse is like, or where's Fred's verse?
That's you
for those.
singing?
Yeah, for those who don't know,
Yeah.
Freddie sings this.
Nice.
Yo, that's so sick.
Like, I think a lot of this was, or maybe the demo was you just like in the back of the room kind of shouting it, and then I think maybe we.
I don't think we recorded it to the beat.
I can't remember if
even
you
the
then
final.
got up and like actually sang it into the mic, or if that was all just like you sitting on the ground yelling
I
it.
think we used a mix of both.
Okay.
That's cool.
that gives me anxiety.
Yeah.
You
Like
know,
singing?
just of imagining that whole thing going on. You're just shouting in the room. It's not to the grid. We have to
Oh,
sing
yeah.
into the U87 over here.
Yeah.
Like that gives me anxiety, but it's like so cool because it really shows that the idea has to be good.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can't hide behind a good mic. You can't hide behind good effects, right? It's the idea has to shine through.
I bet you'd be surprised at how easily it is to remember, for your brain to remember a tempo or a key. Like, for instance, when I'm doing, if I'm doing like pre-drop vocals for a sample pack or for a song, I'll like sometimes I won't even listen to it, and I'll just like say it into my phone. And most of the time, because I've heard the song, like my brain has an ability to like remember the BPM, because I don't think it's that hard if you really think about it, right? Because
Yeah.
it's like very, very easy if you make music for it to stick in your mind, and you'll probably get
Also-
somewhere close, you know?
Also, tone,
Yeah.
keys. It's
Yeah.
really not hard to know what C is or D is.
Yeah, perfect
right?
pitch. Yeah,
You
it's
know, perfect Andrews.
that's a deep one. Dun, key in my right. Dun, hit a D over the. Dun,
Dylan, hit a D, hit a D.
dun, dun. Did I do it?
Very, very close.
It was
The
close.
piano's it's
It was
very out of
close.
tune.
Yeah,
It's
the
very
piano's
the
out of tune.
piano.
Yeah,
It's the piano's fault.
Yeah.
It's the
So
piano's
both
fault.
of you guys are singers. So you said you write a lot of singing stuff, and that's you actually singing. That's cool. I didn't know that. So you guys both sing on tracks sometimes, or
Yeah, it's like what our song "Don't Mind" we both sang on. Freddie sang on our song "Go." You sang on Passion.
Yeah.
I sang on "Waiting to Feel Like This."
That's so crazy.
I didn't know
had
you guys
no
were
idea.
singers. That's so
yeah,
cool.
we do a lot of like background vocals too. Like the Better Not gang vocals. That's like me and like our buddy Roger.
Really?
Just like shouting in the room.
That's so cool, man.
And have
Yeah.
you guys always like did you guys have to work at your singing to get better at it? Like have you guys always just been like decent at singing? Like even before when you guys like first met and started working together? Is that like something you guys just naturally did, or did you have to work at it?
I played in a lot of like rock bands and stuff growing
Oh,
up.
okay.
So and I've always like played piano or like guitar and sang songs. A lot of singing like with my family and stuff.
Oh, cool.
So I've always sang, but like I feel like also nowadays though, like I'm not the best singer, and neither of us are, but like if you're a really good producer, you can make yourself
Yeah.
sound really good.
Yeah.
I mean, you can make it emotional without doing all the runs and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like
don't have to be Beyonce. You know.
Yeah, I feel like expression is the most important thing. It's
Yeah.
not even hitting the notes anymore because we have auto tune.
Right.
You just
Yeah.
have to get that. You just have to get close enough.
Performance
Yeah.
and then the melody. is
Yeah,
everything.
exactly. We were doing some like AI vocal stuff where we have to sing and then we put the AI model on top to change our voice. And the expression is the most important part to deliver. It's like not even the note sometimes, you know?
Yeah.
Like if you
Yeah.
want the Kanye model or something,
Yeah.
you have to just wrap it perfectly with the right
have to do it
mouth
like how he
shapes.
would do it.
Exactly. And then
Yeah.
it's like the perfect model, you know?
One
Yeah.
thing
Crazy.
that I've been doing lately with some of the people that we've been having on is like just like putting them together with like a collab that I would love to see them. And I was just like thinking about it for you guys. I would love to see you two work with Gray. I think you guys would do
Gray.
insane
That would be
shit
dope.
together, right?
Dude,
They're
a
both a
wife,
duo.
wife swap with Gray.
Yeah, we always want to
That
do a
would
wife
be
swap
sick.
where like if we were like wife swapping, like
Yeah.
one of us would work together, you guys would work together. But I think you guys working with Gray would probably come up because they're like very similar too. They both like sort of sing and they're insane songwriters too.
Yeah.
I bet you guys would come up with some crazy shit.
Probably
together.
would.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, they're crazy. We should do like a wife swap like segment.
Yeah, I
we
know.
have to.
Yeah.
There's not a lot of duos though.
I know, it's
crazy.
hard. Yeah.
Maybe you guys can come back and we'll do like a wife
I
swap
don't know if you guys
episode.
would ever be down to do that. You just basically you pick one of us and we
It's
just
very
get in
personal.
a room and we just try to just mess around and see
That'd
what
be
happens.
cool.
Be fun.
sure.
I know it's like we like doing like we do it on our YouTube too, but a lot of times he and I will put like weird parameters on ourselves to like try to have like fun with like producing
Yeah.
to give yourself like something creative like
Yeah.
all right dude, like you go in the room for 30 minutes, I'll go in the room for 30 minutes, let's come back and see what we have, or hey, you're driving and I'm just gonna let you do your thing and then I'll come in. We do shit like that sometimes.
Yeah.
It's
It would
fun.
be like
Yeah.
it would have to be like you guys together. It would be Danny and Robbie.
Oh, yeah.
And me and Freddie because we're both big brain. Like
Yeah.
the full song.
Yeah.
So it would have to be like
Yeah.
that, right?
That'd be fun. Let us know if you guys want to see that.
Yeah,
Let's
that'd be
convince
cool.
them.
Getting all distracted and shit.
Yeah, sorry. Okay.
You're all good.
Yeah, dude. So what kind of what are you guys' go-to samples when it comes to drums? Like, do you guys have a couple of your like favorite like packs that you guys like to use, or do you guys just kind of all over the place, or?
We have a lot of we've made a lot of just like our own kind of like packs of stuff. Like I think this is like a
That's a big
like a
old drum rack.
Freddie drum rack. Like my
that's so cool.
like, my starter template is like a group of like here's a bunch of kicks on a drum rack, here's a bunch of snares, here's a bunch of hats,
Nice.
so like we've gone through and built these packs for ourselves of like these are a bunch of kicks that we know we like that we can go to real quickly.
So you guys are drum rack guys. So you can just easily just be like, okay, let's go through our favorite kicks.
Yeah.
And you have it, and then you don't have to worry about it. And then if
Yeah.
you want to switch it out, you could just switch it very easily. That's cool. That's
Or
smart.
then
I've
if you
heard
have
of that.
a keyboard and you want to tap through them in real life. You know, you
That's
can do
cool.
that too, and play them with your hands.
Seems like you're pretty full on this one though. Like, what do you guys do when you fill up? Do you guys be like,
Just make
okay,
another.
this one's cut.
Make a new one.
Yeah, you
Nice.
just make another, then go through some of them.
How often are you guys adding to your sample list?
Yeah.
All the time. Like
Nice.
I'm always adding new stuff. And also like it'll be like I'll get packs or make like folders for specific things like house drums or like trap drums or hip hop drums and stuff.
Cool.
So if I know I want a more hip hop snare, I'll grab a hip hop snare from that folder or whatnot. That helps to kind of like categorize it. For myself.
Fuck. My bad. Sorry.
No,
accident.
that's awesome.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, something that I that we did with the kick on this, that's kind of like one of those, like, you know, I love those like little things that like no one would ever really notice, but like it makes the tiniest little difference.
Yeah.
Like in this drop part, the kick goes down 2 semitones, and then in the verse it goes back up 2
Oh,
semitones.
really?
Yeah.
Oh,
Just to
dude.
like give it a little more. It's like so tiny.
Yeah.
You probably barely even hear it, but like
No, it helps.
it like makes the drop feel a little more like there's like a little more weight,
That's dope.
and then the verse feels like a little more like lifted and
Yeah.
and up.
I've done
bit.
that before too on some of my tracks where it's like it just sounds better on the verse to be like a different semitone than it
Yeah.
does the chorus.
I saw some clip recently of who is it? Dan Nigro, who he produces a lot for like Chapel Roan and Olivia Rodrigo and stuff, and he was saying in Good Luck Babe, he's like, I've been doing this trick a lot, and I did it on Good Luck Babe where the chorus is 1 BPM slower than the verses.
Interesting.
So he's like, the verse is 117 and the chorus is 116, and it kind of just sits back a little bit more, and then the verse comes back in and it's 117. And I was like,
oh, dude,
if it
DJs
works,
are just
like,
gonna hate you.
yeah,
Yeah. I feel like you'd want it to be faster, if anything, for more energy.
Yeah.
Right?
which is kind of
Interesting.
But I mean, I guess it sort of works for sort of like that vocal delivery and
Yeah.
stuff that she's giving in that.
That's a very interesting tip.
yeah, I've
though.
never heard of that. I don't know if I would try that.
No.
Personally.
I would go faster.
Yeah.
Are you guys sticklers about everything being in key when it comes to samples? Are you guys like pretty like a kick has to be in the right key of the song?
No.
'Cause I
Not
know-
the kick, no.
No.
Well,
Snare and stuff?
sometimes, but
Yeah.
Yeah. We're not like super anal about that.
Yeah.
Who's the vocal god out of both of you? Like when it comes to getting the vocals sound good.
Yeah. it does the
Rob will record them, and I'll probably do the EQing and effects and
Processing.
stuff. Yeah.
Nice.
I noticed a lot of Fab Filter stuff. You guys big fans of the Fab Filter
Yes.
series?
Yeah.
Freddie
Huge.
goes nuts on Fab.
Yeah,
like,
check
this
me out.
is,
Yeah, check them
Oh,
out. Let's
let's
open up those
go,
This
cues,
is-
bro.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck
Yo,
yeah.
that's so many.
What is going on?
What
we
is
got,
happening?
We got
Oh.
an OTT.
I wanted to ask you about this.
Yes.
Why? Because I see this sometimes. Why not just use Ableton's OTT? Why this OTT? There's got to be a reason why you're choosing that over OTT, or just grabbed it, whatever.
They
fuck
kind
it.
of do the same thing, but I don't know. I kind of like this interface a little more.
Oh, okay. You just like the way it looks. It feels good.
Yeah.
I fuck with that.
They sound a little bit different.
Yeah.
Not too different, but I think the Ableton one kind of sounds maybe a little bit more. I don't know what the right word is. Maybe plasticky or maybe snappy.
Sure.
A little too snappy.
Yeah. It's a different algorithm. It's gonna sound, even though it's supposed to be the same thing, it's gonna sound different.
And on
Yeah, for
on
real.
this one, the X4 one, you have like the upwards control and the downwards control, which is kind of nice.
Oh yeah. What does those do?
The upwards is like pushing the volume up, and downwards is pushing the volume down.
Okay.
So if you want to bring the volume up more, you can bring the upward up. If you want to squash it less, you can bring the downward up. Or if you want to squash it more, you bring the downward down.
I like that they upgraded the interface because it does look a lot better. Because it used to just be a lot smaller and kind of like, I don't want to use this. But
Yeah.
I see a lot of people using it now too, and I'm like, why are you using it over? And it's just same thing. It's like it's got a little bit different character, or maybe they like the way it looks. Or, But yeah, let's open. What do you got here? We got Pro L. Also, I noticed you're not side chaining Sidechaining is not at the very end. It's actually at the very beginning. It's kind of
Yeah.
interesting. I'm curious about that, if that's like something you just don't really give a shit about, or was
So
there a
wait,
reason
you're
for that?
going too fast,
I'm
Danny.
sorry, I'm getting
Let's
excited,
go over
dude.
this EQ. I'm so interested.
I might do 2 kickstarts. If
crazy.
I add another reverb,
Oh.
We got the
if there's a reverb in there and I want to duck the reverb, then I might do 2 kickstarts. I might
Okay.
do a kickstart at the beginning, reverb,
Wow.
and another kickstart
I wonder if there
at
is
the
a
end.
kickstart at the end of this. No, there's not.
Maybe it's on the
think
group
so.
or whatever. Okay, yeah. Sorry, go through the other shit. I was getting
Yeah.
This
This is for this part. Why don't I take all of these off
Yeah.
and see?
Yeah, that's a good idea.
see
Just
what
sounds
that.
exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, imagine. So this is on.
Oh yeah. Sounds like it's very mixed.
Yeah.
Taking out the
Wow.
lows.
So yeah, we got a little Pro L guy there. We got
Oh, you are an
dude.
EQer, aren't
Fred goes
Love it.
goes nuts.
Surgical.
Oh,
Like,
let's go.
It's that
Some
it's
dynamics?
that, and then it's
you? Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
that,
Oh,
You're
look
one
at
of
that
those.
know we
huh?
love
Look
it,
at that
Freddie.
curve.
and then it's
It's sexy. Another
and
one.
then it's a Pro
Throw it
L,
in
and then
there.
it's
Guys
this,
love curves.
Yeah, we
Yep.
do.
and then
Oh, this
it's-
one's automated.
This
so it
guy's-
only happens once. Oh wait,
Let's
it's probably
go.
like
Yeah,
a
this
telephone
happens-
EQ or something.
Yeah. Where is it?
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, just in that, literally once.
That's awesome.
The little things, man.
No, it matters. Big time.
Then we got
Oh, don't forget about those.
those guys. We got
This one,
what's
classic.
This guy?
Might be doing nothing. We'll see.
It's got
Yeah.
automation on it. It's accidental automation.
Oh, we
Oh
got it.
yeah, this is
Oh, it's doing something. Oh, shelf. Okay. Creative.
It's very musical.
Yeah.
yeah. This is during like kind of the big build. This is all pitched down in this part too. Bring her back up. And we got, what do you know, some more EQ. Sorry guys, a little too much of you.
You know what's interesting at seeing this though is you're probably using your ears at every
Yeah.
step because they're
Yeah.
all very different shapes.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's the,
You're
this
just
is
trying to
just a
get as
little-
close as you can to what you're imagining.
Yeah. To
just
perfection.
a little, yeah, just kind of
Like band
filtered
pass.
at the start. You know,
Open it up.
and I don't know what this one.
Filter.
It turns on at some point.
Yeah, what is this during? Yeah, I think this one also just kind of like. Where are we? Which one?
Yeah, it looked like a filter part.
Yeah, filtering. Kind of bring the energy down and back up during Hugo's verse. And then a gate that didn't end up getting used.
Happens to the best of us.
So yeah.
Nice. I
There's
love
a
how
lot-
everything
a lot
is
of
very
EQ there.
musical, like you said. Like everything is specifically for certain parts. I love producing that way, and whenever we're like teaching like people lessons and stuff, when we do lessons, I'm always like trying to emphasize about like that's a thing that a lot of like newer producers don't get is how important those type of moments are of like, hey, like when this part comes in, you need to have something that happens, like it filters out or it comes back in.
Yeah.
Maybe this part just has a little like these little moments is what we call them.
Yeah, and I've found also too when a lot of beginner producers, they're not using their ears. They already like build habits to like, oh, I'm just gonna cut the lows.
Yeah.
And they just like cut it to where they think it is without even listening to what they're cutting, you
Right.
know, or adding EQs, and it's just like they're not pressing play. They're just like pulling shit up
Yeah.
or down, you know.
I think something that's a practice that I've done over the years that's helped out a lot, especially with just like arrangement stuff. When I was at school, I had this like music production class at USC where we would do this. They would like play a song, and it'd be like an Adele song or something, and they'd be like, all right, take a sheet and break it up into like the vocals, the drums, the bass, you know, any instruments that you hear, write them all down as you listen. And then we're going to listen again, and you're going to write down you're gonna break it down like into each segment of the song, and you're gonna write down everything that you notice with the vocal.
Yeah.
Okay, in the verse it sounds like it's this type of reverb, and then in the chorus it sounds like we've added harmonies, and this has changed or that's changed. And if you sit down, it might take you an hour, but if you really sit down and like break down each little thing, you pick up on all these subtleties that are happening in songs that you never think of, but it's subconsciously keeping you interested, or keeping the song going. Like having moments where you're like, oh, I noticed that the drum patterns changed a little, or the hat is like slightly more open in the pre than in the verse, and that's building me up to the chorus or whatever it is.
Studying the song.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like critical listening.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those little things, like, I don't know, I find that you have these moments a lot when you're writing songs. You're like, why don't you just take out this part in this section? You're like, oh my God.
Right.
It all feels good now.
Yeah, dude.
Like clearly we had these, and took them out there, and it was like, oh yeah, it's nice. And then when this part comes in, we bring those in, and it builds.
Yeah.
Little shit like that makes such a difference.
Hey everyone, we are super excited to let you guys know that we finally have launched our YouTube membership page. You guys can now join the Excellent Sound YouTube page as a member and get tons of awesome perks, like exclusive content for your eyes only, as well as access into our guest project files, extra sounds, extra footage, and get your questions answered directly from the pros. You'll also get some extra perks like badges, emotes, and priority comments and chat. But that's not it, and we've saved the best for last. We are gonna match your membership price with a monthly coupon to the Excellent Sound store, which makes your membership essentially free. You can use this coupon for serum presets, samples, project files, and even lessons. Becoming a YouTube member really helps out our channel and allows us to bring in more awesome content from our guests and from us. We have a few different price point tiers, and each one is better than the next. So click the link in the description and join our membership now, and let's build this community to be something bigger than we've ever dreamed of. Like maybe like getting Skrillex. We'll try to get Skrillex. We get bigger. I feel like he might come on. That might help. Let's try to get Skrillex. Are you guys big referencers when you're writing, or do you guys just start blank slate? Like
not when we're writing. Maybe when we're like finishing. Maybe.
Okay. So not like you don't ever use a reference to get ideas going as far as that.
No.
Yes. No. Some people do and some people don't. We always like try to figure out if people do.
Yeah, with writing, it's very interesting. You know what I'm saying? You can, like with Dua Lipa, what's her name?
Dua Lipa.
Dua Lipa. Dude, all of her top line is like taken from other old songs.
Yeah, she does that.
Yeah. But it's kind of, for her, it's more of like paying homage.
That's
to
an
those
artistic
old...
choice, though, too. She's not doing it to come up with ideas. She's doing that as like an artistic choice, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think there's one song where they purposely take a ton of like old melodies and they put it all into one song, and I think that's really cool. I got to figure out what song it is. I'll show it to you. But yeah, no, I think that's really interesting.
So how did you guys, obviously, like, you seem like you're the really, like, technical one. Did you have any, when you're working with other artists and stuff like that, do you have a hard time, like, trying to be like, hey, like, let me take over on the mix? Or, like, do you like, with Madeon, like, was there any of that, like, let me mix this one, or you got this, like, how do you guys decide that when you're working with other people?
No, it's usually pretty fluid, kind of just whoever has an idea sits down and does it, and you just pass it back and forth kind of vibe.
No, I'm talking about, like, the actual, like, mix part.
Mm-hmm.
Like when you're finishing it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if it's our song, we'll finish it. If it's someone else's song, they'll finish it.
Okay.
Do you ever send it out for mixes for outside ears?
We have a final mix, but we'll make, like, our final mix and then have a mixer kind of finish it according to our notes kind of vibe.
This one, I think the final mix was our mix, though.
Yeah.
Nice.
This one, yeah.
Finding a mixer is so hard, though. I always feel like, or in a master, it's like always like you don't ever nail it, even if they're really good. I don't know if you guys struggle with that. But
yeah, it's pretty subjective.
Yeah,
I also find that the mixer is only going to really take it an extra 2% or 5%. You guys are in love with the song and you're giving it to somebody else to get taken care of. You just want it. You're like giving it your baby away.
I
to
feel
babysit.
like the best way to do it would be like, the strategy would be like to stop and then like give yourself enough time, because like you have like time to release it obviously, and like give it to a mixer and then like don't listen to it for like a week or two and then let
Yeah.
it come in and then
Yeah.
hear it with fresh ears so that you don't have that prejudgment of what yours sounded like. Because that's so
Yeah.
hard to get over.
It is.
Demoitis. We talk about it all the time.
Demoitis.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. This is a dope track, guys. This is awesome.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what other little
Yeah, you got any other fun little producer tricks?
tricks or gems. Or actually, I cracked it open earlier today and was listening to like especially in this sort of like bridge part. There's a lot of just like little stuff, and this part I was listening
love
to.
stuff like that.
Wait, it's like this. If you like this, and there's like just this one piano note.
Oh, sick.
And I was like, if you listen to this on its own,
Yeah.
it sounds like a movie trailer or something.
Yeah.
In a word.
Yeah.
Yeah. This summer,
Dwayne The Rock Johnson
Dwayne The Rock Johnson
Kevin Hart.
and Kevin Hart
are your parents.
for one weekend.
You guys practice this?
No, but I do that shit all the time.
really
Like
good.
anytime, I'm always like on my this summer, Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
You do it good. Who was the one comedian who did that? Was Pablo Francisco? Did you ever hear him?
He did was he the one who did he ran a whole fucking trailer?
Yeah,
by
yeah. It was like
voice?
him as like Arnold Schwarzenegger, and he
Yeah.
they took my tortillas.
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Shit's hilarious.
Dude.
But yeah, this all is like happening in the background of this part.
But this is like the ending. This is
Yeah.
the coda. This is you needed to add something. Good groove.
There's this little, these little Juno chords that
Oh, yeah.
Hugo recorded
I love that.
that are only in this last part. Yeah, this was like a last second ad.
A little stutter.
Yeah, just a little LFO tool.
That's dope.
Oh, another thing we did at the start. I wish we had all these layers, but I just have the bounce that Hugo gave me. We wanted the beginning to sound like there was a party happening in the background or something,
Yeah.
and just give it that sort of atmosphere. So we just recorded ourselves a couple different times, acting like we were people at a party, having a conversation,
Dope.
clinking drinks and having a conversation. Be like, oh, how have you been, man? Dude, good to see you, man. Oh man, my pet snake's doing all right. Whatever, and just
Put on that song. It sounds cool.
spliced all of it together.
We gotta be rocking.
Oh, that's cool.
So that all just was in the beginning, just to.
Yeah, that's dope.
And even little shit like that just keeps you a little bit
Yeah.
in it. Doesn't sound bad like this, but it feels very okay,
Yeah.
loopy, But even just that, I don't know, it
That's
keeps it
Vibe,
entertaining.
dude, for sure.
Keeps it entertaining. Yeah, even hear some of these vocoder things. Oh, what's this layer? This is
I love those. Vocal reverbs,
yeah.
atmospheric swells.
I love the syncopation of the bass.
Yeah, the
do you
bass
guys
line
have
is
two?
sick.
Do you guys have two bass lines going at the same time?
Yeah, I wanted to ask about the
I
bass.
love that relationship there.
Let's see.
I think
I
it's
think there should
that
just
chord.
be one.
I think it's just this one.
It's just hit with the kick. That's what's happening.
It sounds really great. Yeah, man. Feels really good.
Yeah. The song has the same chord progression as 360 by Charlie XCX.
Oh, dude,
really?
that would be
Yeah.
a sick mashup.
We actually did it.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, I'll pull it up.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
dude. That must go off live. People probably go nuts.
We have like a. This is just it regularly.
Yo.
That's great.
That's so dope.
Yeah, that's sick.
Yo, that's hard.
That was insane.
Yeah,
That
it
was,
works. It works super
perfect.
well. I was like learning. I love just like learning like chord progressions to like pop songs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I was playing one day and I was like, this is the same as Believe It. Like
That's so dope.
let's do a little thing.
Did you guys get to play that live yet, or?
Yeah.
Oh,
We
dude,
played in a lot of our playground sets or like
Yeah.
Vegas sets or whatever.
Nice.
that's so dope, man.
Do you guys have any dream collabs that you guys are hoping to work with one day, or do you feel like you've gotten to work with a lot of people that you really wanted to? Is there anybody that you're just like, oh man, I would love to work with these, Charlie XCX or anybody like?
Would definitely love to work with Charlie. Kendrick's always been one of those people that we've wanted to work with. We've been in the room with him and played in beats before.
Wow.
But like never like made a
Right.
thing with him.
That would
must
be
have been cool.
crazy.
He's probably like number one.
That's dope.
Kendrick the Child,
Like
dude.
Bon Iver.
Kendrick the
as
Child.
well.
Oh, Bon Iver would be
sick.
insane, bro.
You love Bon Iver, dude.
Yeah, Bon Iver, Bon Iver. He's so fucking good.
Yeah.
All of them are good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's super.
I love to
talented.
make music with Jungle too.
Really.
Oh,
I really like
dude,
Jungle.
That would be really cool. I feel like you guys would mesh really well.
I've talked with one of the guys from Jungle before a little bit, but never never connected on making music.
Yeah, I feel like you guys have
love
that
their
like
music
indie
so
band vibe with all of your music too, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that would be just like a natural, dude, that was scary. It would be like a natural like collab.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. That was dope, dude. Thank you for showing that. Should we
Yeah.
jump into some Max for Live?
Yeah,
shit,
let's
bro?
do
Should
some
we
Max
get
for Live.
Some
Oh,
hackers. Should we get into the Matrix?
Yeah.
I'm getting
Let's do
all
it.
excited, dude.
Hey everyone, I just want to take a quick second to celebrate the anniversary of Gorilla. It's been an entire year since we released the Gorilla series, and it's no secret why it's the most popular pack to date. So we've decided to do something really cool. We decided to create the ultimate Gorilla anniversary bundle for you guys. This bundle is going to include 400 Serum presets, a ton of samples, and 11 Ableton Remake project files from some of your favorite artists like Skrillex, Virtual Riot, and Fred Again. For those of you that have already purchased Gorilla's early access, don't worry, we got you covered. For the first time ever, we are actually including an expansion pack for Gorilla available on our site now. It's gonna have new Serum presets in the same style of multi-genre, and of course, 5 new Ableton Remake project files from Skrillex and Fred Again. And if you missed out on your chance to get all of the original project files from the early access bundle, we got those on our site for you too. We got a ton of different options for you guys, celebrating the holidays all the way up to the end of the year. So make sure you guys go check out the link in the description and go get your copy of your Gorilla's Ultimate Anniversary Bundle today. Let's jump back into the podcast.
Yeah, I'll show you 2 things or 3 things I've made with Max.
How did this whole thing happen? Like, how do you have time to do this first off? Like,
I don't know. You got an hour here or there, 2 hours here
so
or
you were
there.
just interested. You're like, I gotta look into this Max shit.
I was making all these like drum racks, like instrument racks where like I had 10 different instruments in there, and I wanted to have one macro randomize like 10 different instruments so that I'd like make a new groove, a new randomized groove each time I hit the random button.
Okay.
And in Ableton, there's like, I'll show you the instrument rack. One sec.
Oh, you got racks, dude.
I'll load in, I'll find keys or something. So there's that random button here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's not macro mappable. So I was like, I want to make a like plugin that just randomizes and is macro mappable, so I can like randomize all of these from a knob in a parent group. So like
Got it.
if you group this, then you have more macros here. So I wanted to have this be randomized that. So I
So
figured
that's
out,
where that started.
yeah, that made me want to start. And then after that, I've just kept going, kept making more new stuff. But yeah, I've made that map random. Let me make sure it's the right one. So yeah, this will find the device next to it, and you can
Oh, that's dope.
macro map that to one of the macros, and then
Yo.
so then you can put a bunch of these within your groups, and then quickly randomize a bunch of different things.
Dude, that's so usable.
Yeah, super useful. But then yeah, so lately I've been making these. I made this, like, I'll show you the Ableton version first. Instant. I've been making these instant kits where they randomly generate grooves that like are within, a certain pocket. But this, you might have, give me a second, the computer might take a while. So I made it in Max because like this one, the Ableton version just takes up so much CPU, and it just slows down my project files. You'll see, we might wait like 2 minutes.
And this is one of the newer computers, right?
Yeah,
It's like an
this is
M2 or?
Yeah, I'm pushing it to the max.
Pun intended.
To the max, baby.
Got him.
Got him.
So yeah, so I have like a bunch of these where it's like conga,
Whoa.
shaker, closed hat, clap, snare.
And you built sequencers in there too, huh?
And yeah, there's either randomized sequencers or if like I can set like a rhythm for the accent hat or something.
Oh,
But-
so you can set like parameters. Like I know that like most of the hats are going to be random, but I want them to fall in like where they technically should for the most
Yeah.
part.
And then you have like your, let me make sure that, do we have a sequencer with the sequence is being weird. Let me open up a new sequence.
Dude, it's like a song maker in
Yeah.
a rack.
Yeah.
Was that God Particle on there too?
Yeah, I like God.
Yo.
God Particle is sick. One sec. Yeah, so like I made this sequencer too. Hold on.
And have you had any like I know obviously you were doing this for your
Okay.
guys' stuff and for fun, but have you had any thought of like actually like maybe like marketing this as a product to like maybe to get for
potentially at
producers?
some point. Yeah, pretty soon here. I just want to like get solid enough so that I know that like if I'm giving it to people, it's not gonna have any issues and stuff. Like
Yeah.
that. So yeah, so this is like a house.
Yo. That's crazy.
Oh, this is sick.
Just get.
Yo.
It's great for sessions because then you're already like you're in the pocket.
Yeah.
You're like okay, we're doing dance music. Okay, like you
Right.
write some chords to it. You might even not use any of the drums from it, but like
Sure.
it's like
Just
a
getting the
helpful
vibe.
tool to
It's like a
Gets
vibe
the
maker.
party started.
get the party going.
Oh, this
So
one's
yeah,
great.
so I made that within Max, so it's.
Yo, this is sick.
That sounds like Daft Punk.
Yeah.
Bow, na, 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 na.
And are you triggering it by holding a MIDI key right now?
No, so
It's just hitting
it's
play
all
on it?
just play.
And then like
And
let's
then there's like the kick has like speed control. And
Oh,
like the shaker, you can control like the volume of each note.
and solo and
Dude, it's like Nexus. It's like the Nexus
yeah, it
player,
is. It looks
dude.
like the Nexus player.
This is so sick.
Is it generating the samples too, or are you putting samples in there to do
So
that?
I loaded in like some samples. There's like a folder of like 130 samples in there, all like kind of picked for house music.
So it feels random.
Yeah, and then there's like the claps. There's like 4 layers of claps. So it's like
Oh, nice.
each time you hit random, you're getting. You can also select the layers if you just want the 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. You can pitch them.
So cool, man.
It's fun. Like it's fun to just be able to make whatever kind of comes to your mind. You know, like
Yeah.
I was working on these, like the Ableton version, and then I was like, that's actually a good idea to turn into like a little plugin. But then I made like another one where it's like more like Foley and percussion.
And are you having to actually type in code when you do this, or are you just kind of more? Is it more of like a drag and drop sort of like a builder, like a Wix?
I can show you what this.
Yeah, I'm always
what
curious
this
how that
looks
actually like works.
It looks so scary.
Yeah, that looks like Unreal Engine.
So, let's see here. Oh
yeah, that makes sense.
We got a lot going on here. Let's go out. So there's 15 layers of 10 samples, and a sequencer for each 15 layers. So a unique sequencer, 15 unique sequencers for this one, and then they're pulling from like a folder of like 1,100 samples. So like you just have like infinite potential like sequences and sounds to use.
That's so
that
cool,
one.
man.
But yeah, basically it's all like with Max for Live, it's like you're connecting like patch cables and
Okay.
you remember a few objects and what they do and what connects to them, and you kind of, it's pretty easy. Like I've only been doing this for like 3-4 months, and
Really?
Yeah, I have not been doing this for very long.
That's so dope.
You can definitely get there with like a little bit of Chat GPT and YouTube. But let me open this back up.
And is it like copy? Like, because I see you have a bunch of the same like sequences there. Is that like copy paste sort of thing?
Yeah, so like I have like the group of 10 samples,
Right.
And then I can just copy those, and
switch out the source
and
material.
then like you copy the same sequencer. You just have to change the like there's like sends, and you have to change the name of the send for the unique sequencer and whatnot. But
Are you lost?
I don't know how the fuck this thing works. I don't know how.
it's a
how
lot
Max
of fun,
Collab
man.
works.
That's cool.
It's a lot of
I
fun.
love this
Yeah.
shit too. I would love to get into this.
Yeah.
I love the idea.
Not
of, like,
not
making
my
stuff.
speed.
Yeah, me
that's
neither.
Freddie's half of
Yeah.
the duo.
Yeah. So let's see here.
You're like, I'll make a sick song out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this one's more for like Foley percussion. Like you get a bunch of. I have like 15 layers in here, so you just
Wow.
get. And there's a side chain already built in, so.
Oh, sick.
Oh, and I also have this. I have this vol step that I made. That's
What's a vol step?
So it's like there's steps per beat, 16th notes.
Oh, okay.
So there's 16 beats, and then you can make a pattern. So this is the original. What's coming out of the percussor. And you add the side chain.
Wow.
You just get some crazy. Kind of sounds like a JPEG Mafia beat
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah, dude.
But then yeah, so the vol stepper, you can like then add more rhythm to it. Be like,
I see.
You can be like, yeah, I want.
Wow.
And now you kind of
Yeah.
have like a
You got a vibe.
syncopated rhythm going. You add a kick drum and.
Have you had a chance to use any of this in
Yes, dude.
a Louis the Child song yet? Yeah.
Nothing that's out.
Yo, this is
But
hard.
we've been using it in sessions like the last couple weeks.
What a great tool.
It's so much fun. Yeah.
Talk about building a sample pack, bro. Easy to build
Yeah, it is.
loops.
Oh yeah, I've been making a bunch of percussion loops. It's like I'll make like 150 percussion loops
Yeah.
in like an hour.
The only thing is that you'd have to create, because it's not layering samples, right?
The clap is,
It
though,
is
right?
layering samples with this one, the Perquincer.
But
yeah,
not
you're
but
like-
not not the not the
Perquincer.
kick. But I'm saying, like, if you just made your own, like for instance, we have thousands of kicks that we've made in our packs, but if we
Yeah.
just were able just to drag all those into something like that and all our
Yeah,
samples, then we can come up with our own.
Yeah, so I made it. Yeah, you
sort
can
of,
you can load
loop.
in, or well, because it's on what's it called? The full screen. It's leading to a different page. But here, so you can drop a sample folder.
Sick.
It's
That's
like,
dope.
The nice thing
So
is that you
dope.
just have the folder. You just drop
Yeah.
the whole folder in there, and it grabs all the samples from there.
It'd be
But-
cool if you could figure out how to generate, like, actually make the kicks and make the hi-hats and the snares, because you could totally, to a certain extent, you know what I mean, make them, just synthesize them
Yeah.
with some sound design knowledge. You know?
Totally. Yeah, there's a few like good like kick synthesizer like plugins like there's like the Kick 3 now.
Yeah.
Kick 3 and
Wait, Kick 3's out?
Yeah, Kick 3's
came
out.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I didn't know that.
Yeah. What was
Kick Ninja.
Kick Ninja. I like Kick Ninja.
Yeah.
That was a lot of fun. This what was it? Was it Visco?
Oh yeah, Visco.
Visco's super cool.
This is the one I've been telling you to get, Danny.
This is the Kick one?
No, it's just all samples.
So it's physical
Oh.
modeling. So
Yeah.
it's like in between synthesizing.
Show Danny. You have
and-
to show him,
and
dude. It's so
sampling.
sick.
Do you guys remember Bassism? That old-ass fucking plugins that made kicks?
No.
I
what?
don't. I don't. But so it's Blob Tech. You're working with
Blob
Blob
Tech?
Blob Tech
Blob
here.
Tech.
We're fully integrated with the Blob.
The Blob is...
Blob is real.
So you move around the Blob and it changes the sound.
What the fuck? So it's generating the kick and it's layering it with audio samples, is what you're saying?
So I don't
You fucked up the Blob,
No, it's
bro.
it's a generator.
I don't fully understand the Blob Tech, but it's
Blob Tech.
Blob
It's
Tech.
blobbing.
And it's the future.
The future is here. Take that, Elon.
But so I guess you're supposed to have like a lot of control over the sample using physical modeling.
Crazy.
But yeah, I think the best part about it is like the more randomization
Ooh.
you have,
Yeah.
the better.
Here
Yeah,
comes the
dude.
2 to the 4. Yeah.
Yeah, you got it.
Like that.
That was nice. That was a nice
Ooh,
swing.
the little boop, boop, bah. Yeah.
Sounds like an old like Clips beat or something.
Yeah.
Bonk.
That's so dope, bro. That's so cool that you're allowing yourself to experiment to help your guys' writing to create more tools for yourself. You know, you're not just relying on what other people make. You're making your own tools. I think that's
Yeah.
really, really great. I encourage. It encourages me as a producer to try to just start doing that stuff more. So that's sick. Hopefully, other people start doing that too from seeing this.
Totally.
I also, since we were talking about wife swaps, I thought of a great wife swap for you guys. Disclosure.
Oh yeah, you
That
guys
would
in
be
Disclosure would
such.
be sick.
That would
be
be
great.
such a sick wife swap.
I
Yeah.
love those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Their,
they're
their
great.
music is top tier.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
I've learned a lot from their like production tutorial things.
Yeah, same.
Their
Yeah,
song
they're really
breakdowns, especially in the pandemic, I watched like all
me
of those.
too, man.
They're great.
Yeah.
How did you guys survive during the pandemic? What was your guys' vibe when you guys were going through that as like producers? And
It was so
you guys-
nice.
We
I
made a
loved
lot
it.
of music.
You did. So you were one of
We
the
were-
people that actually did make music. Because some people were like,
Yeah.
I'm going to make so much, and they didn't make shit.
Really?
Well, we
Yeah.
it was kind of it timed out at like a really nice time for us where like right before the pandemic like really became a thing, we finished up our album Here for Now. So we kind of went into the pandemic being like, we finished an album, we can just create new
Oh,
stuff.
so cool.
Nice.
You know, and so we made like our whole Candy 2 beat tape was like a lot of that was made during the pandemic. Some of like the To Believe project was made during the pandemic, the Euphoria EP was all made during the pandemic.
That's dope.
I don't know. I feel like we both really saw that as like, you know, an opportunity to like hone in on shit, like
Yeah.
not just like sit around and play video games, but like here's this opportunity that you have to, you know, if you're lucky enough to be healthy and, you know, just be home all the time.
Yeah.
Like no one out there is doing shows or like being out in the world.
Yeah.
You know,
Take it.
it's an opportunity to grow as a musician.
Absolutely. How often do you guys go back home to Illinois? 'Cause are you guys close to Chicago?
Yeah, we grew up like 30 minutes north of the city.
Right.
We're there a couple times a year.
Yeah.
I usually go back for like Lollapalooza, and we usually do shows around Thanksgiving. We haven't last year and this year, but yeah, I feel like we're back for like the holidays and like
That's cool.
a good summer trip or so.
Chicago's dope.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's
that's
the best.
awesome.
Yeah.
We love Chicago.
Guys, thank you so much for showing us this. This has been absolutely
problem.
incredible. I don't know if there's anything else that you had because that was fucking
I
sick.
had one last, like, pretty quick question. Like,
Yeah.
we briefly talked about samples. Like, are you guys strictly on Splice for finding drums and all of that stuff? Or do you guys have some, like, go-to sample packs or companies that you guys look to, since we're kind of a sample pack company, you know?
Excellent Audio is our favorite. They make all the best sample packs.
Not to have a
I'm
biased
curious if I
opinion,
have
but I am interested in what you guys use.
I don't. I
Yeah,
gotta hook me
we'll
up.
send you a link.
Hook
Yeah,
me
we'll
up.
Yeah.
get you guys laced up with,
Yes,
with
please.
samples.
A lot of serum presets too, especially if you like
Really?
serum. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, sick.
Booyah.
That'd be great.
That's dope.
What
Yeah,
stuff do we
mostly Splice, but I'll Google and you know the usual suspects, like wherever if you've Googled samples or like certain types of samples, you kind of get brought to a handful of common sites. Probably all of those we're on there and looking, but yeah, mostly Splice, I would say, because it's just so easy and
Yeah.
It's in your workflow already.
can look for one specific type of sample really easily.
I think the stacks are going to bring me back to Splice because
That is a cool idea.
I do not use Splice. Danny
Really?
uses Splice,
Not
but
really.
yeah, I mean
don't
you
like the
haven't
way
in
it
a
works
long
in the-
time.
I use it
but
sometimes. I just don't like the workflow of it. I haven't gotten used to it. You know.
yeah, I feel like
like
stacks is gonna work because I have it on my
the
phone.
stacks on your
but
phone. It's great.
I
Just
wanna-
do it in the back of the Uber.
Can I log into yours, Danny?
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I don't have Splice.
We have it. We pay for it.
Oh.
I want to be able.
Well, it's under his account. So.
I would love for Splice to be able to just be integrated in Ableton, so I can just hit Command F and just search for things. Because my problem is I don't like having to jump into another window and then go through. That takes me out of the DAW personally. I know that they do have stuff. Isn't there like loop
Loop Cloud.
or some shit? So it's like another thing that I have to learn, and I just already feel like I'm already in my vibe. But if it's like a specific pack comes out that I hear about, you know, and I'm like, oh, like an artist pack, like let's say you guys put a pack out on Splice, I'm gonna be like, oh, I need to go grab that. Like I'll just download the whole pack. I'm kind of more that way than I am like, let me look for this type of sound. Unless there's a specific sound that I am looking for that I know that I don't have, then I'm gonna go on Splice. That's just how I personally
that.
work. But
Yeah.
because I don't want to get taken out of the moment for me personally. And you have to, and I'm sure it's not that for you guys because you guys are used to it in your workflow, but to have to learn a new workflow is like scary to me because I'm like, oh, I'm not going to be able to create. I need to be able to move fast. Otherwise I'm going to lose the
I think
moment.
it's more like instead of while you're creating, like, because I won't just go, I mean, maybe for like a vocal chop or something, but, or like not a one shot, but like you go to Splice like when you're not in a session or not like working, but like
Sure.
when you're like, okay, I need some house kick drums, or like, okay, I need some trap kick
You're
drums.
collecting.
Yeah, you make a folder, then you have the folder there in your Ableton.
Yeah.
when
That
you're
makes sense.
making. So you just like set yourself up. Like, I feel like some days like you're just setting yourself up for giving yourself tools for a creative day. You know what I mean?
You have the sound design days, and then you have the days where you're writing. Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm gonna be at the bus stop, dude, on stacks, bro. Just stacking,
Stacking,
dude.
dude.
Stacking.
Stacking
I'm getting
hits.
stacked up, dude.
It's great.
Stacking bangers.
Yeah, dude, I'm serious. I'm gonna be going for it. It's gonna be sick.
Nice.
Let's go.
Thank you guys so much for being here. This is the XLNT Show. We had such a great time with you guys. We really appreciate you guys coming. Let the people know what you got going on, right? What can they look forward to?
What do we have going on? We have an album that just came out. It's called
right.
The Sun Comes Up. We are not on tour right now. You
Okay.
missed your chance if you didn't see us in the last couple months. But we're making more music and spreading more love.
Nice.
You know?
Show's coming soon.
We'll play somewhere
Fly dates maybe a
sometime
couple
next
times?
year.
Okay, next year.
It'll happen.
Nice. Cool. Well, we really
That's a
appreciate
promise.
you guys.
That's a Louis the Child
There
promise.
it is. Nice. You guys are legends. Seriously, you guys are awesome.
Thank
we really
you.
appreciate
Yep.
having you
Appreciate
guys. Thank you for being vulnerable and sharing stuff about you guys and obviously your production. It means a lot to us, and I know it means a lot to the community out there. So we're excited. Hopefully, we'll have you guys back one day. Maybe we'll wife swap.
Yeah, maybe
not.
we'll wife
Yeah.
swap.
That'd be great.
But yeah, make sure you guys like the video, subscribe, comment. Thanks again to Louis the Child. We'll see you guys in the next one.
Thank
Thank
y'all.
you.